Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I'm assuming you just woke up, right, Andrew?
No, I've been up since 8.
Really? Do you wake up? You usually wake up early? You're a morning person?
No, I'm not a morning person, but I try to wake up early, and then I take my nap, and then I wake up again.
Yeah, I woke up early this morning. I was gonna do my daily walk, but a little bit lazy. I ate some cereal, then went back to sleep, and then went back to sleep. Then I texted you, like, dude, I'm running late.
It was perfect timing. No, I was just out here. I was actually kind of playing with the lighting before we went into
I mean,
it.
I've been
So.
having trouble sleeping lately, so what I do then is I take naps to compensate
Uh,
for it. Yeah. It's like, where are you now? Are you in Sac? Are you in Sac?
I'm a citizen of the world, Rodney. I'm a citizen of the world.
Dude, I mean, like, I know you live in LA, but I'm not sure if you're
Yeah,
living
I
in
mean,
LA now. Or are you in LA? Okay.
yeah, but I'm actually going to be making my way up north for a little bit to study a little bit of schooling and to kind of train a little bit more in dance.
Yeah.
So I have like another 3-year plan coming on along right now.
Is that your next thing to study to do more training?
To do more training, yeah, because after you've been in this industry for so long, especially with salsa, you kind of there's such a platform that you kind of get stuck at. You definitely have to like step away and then recreate and kind of figure out a new plan because especially now with the generations that are coming through, everything is so different,
Yeah.
and it's all about playing the game.
Yeah. But I know that the pandemic is still in place and the social dancing and all of that stuff. So really no
Yeah.
dancing. But do you?
Japan, though, I heard that they started opening.
I know, we hear things like that, like they start opening and then they close again, and they start opening and then they close again. It seems like it never ends. Really, the solution is to have the vaccine. I heard today that Russia has just approved the vaccine. So
Yeah.
I'm sure people from all over the world,
Oh, was
other
it the
countries
first
will
the,
follow.
the first one to do it?
Is the first vaccine that's approved by
Oh wow.
a country. Yeah. Uh, I think that the United States right now could easily approve a vaccine because there are so many companies that has already developed a vaccine. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of who is the best lobbyist. That's the way it works in politics here, unfortunately. But do you still plan to compete? Without pandemic and all of that stuff?
You mean like when the pandemic's over? And so, oh, of
Yeah.
course. I'm a ripe
Yeah.
age of 20.
I mean, that luckily there's now a solo routine and solo division, but the hard part is finding a partner, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Especially just I think at any partnership, it's you have to treat it the same. The way you water it, it grows. And I just think whether it's a relationship, a dance partnership, a friendship, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like if you want it to be successful, there's a certain training aspect and a certain compromise that you guys have to make together. You guys always have to be on that same page. So
What do you
it is
think?
definitely.
I mean, what do you think worked with you and John? I know the chemistry was there, but what do you think worked with you and John?
With me and him, well, definitely the age difference honestly worked for me
So
because
he's
I was
more of
always,
like a big brother figure for you, huh?
for sure. You know what I mean? Because for me myself, like my father was never in my life, so
Right, right.
having that structure and that type of male aggressive push, like no, you need to do this. This is what you need to do. And so it works for me. You know what I mean? I don't do good with authority, so sometimes we did butt heads. Like
You're a Gemini. I know that.
I'm a Gemini. The eyebrow will start coming out, but one thing is that I do respect him completely. So
Yeah.
for me to go above that level, it's more of a respect thing. So I would never want to compromise that.
And it's kind of like you can't help it but to follow suit because he lead by example, right? And it's like,
Exactly.
and his work ethic is right there, right?
Exactly. I've never really met anybody else in the dance world or any kind of form of just work ethic that he has, man. He grinds, and so does Liz actually. Like even Liz as well. Like when he's grinding or whatever, she's grinding the same way at her house too. And actually, that's where I learned my dance work ethic from
they're
them.
they're phenomenal, dude. I was just, yeah, you've read the interview. I mean, you've seen the interview. It's
Yeah.
I mean, we were only talking one subject there, you know, like running a successful team and training champions. Really, yeah, I could talk for hours with them. Maybe one day I'll invite them again of other things. But
Dalia too, man. Dalia is
huh?
their new rising like band. Dalia's kicking butt, man.
Who?
Dalia, John's partner.
Yeah, Dahlia. You know, it's like I thought she was Filipino, but like,
Right, she does look a little Filipino. No, she's from Oaxaca, man.
that's
Sweetest,
good.
one of the sweetest, most humbling person. Like the day I met her, like in 2012, she's still that exact same person. The sweetest, most
That's good.
kindest person.
That's good.
It's very rare to see that in the dance world.
You know, the funny thing is, I think the last time at SFIBF at my Bachata Congress,
Mm-hmm.
I saw them perform, and I saw the two of them perform. And I don't know. I was so out of the loop with competition. I didn't know they were the on two champions already, right? And so,
Yeah.
and so they were just passing by, John, your partner, she's got great potential, man. You know, right?
And already won.
And they were just nodding like this. They didn't tell me they were already champions. I was like, jeez,
Oh,
stupid
Rodney,
me.
man.
Stupid me.
You can keep up with the politics, with the dance politics, you don't know.
You know, it's hard to keep up with you guys because, you know, every year it changes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and there's always new thing. And
there's so many different competitions now within the 1 year.
And of course, ever since Albert died, in his late life, I have been declining to judge at his competition because I was so busy in bachata per se, and not to mention I wanted to change some rules in bachata in that one. But I expressed that to him. We usually texted each other, but for those of you, ladies and gentlemen, don't know what we're talking about, Andrew and John were at the America's Got Talent. I think you got, which round were you? Which end did you end up with?
We went all the way to top 40.
And how many competitors were there?
So semifinal round or quarterfinal.
Yeah, I think
so we did about 3 rounds.
I think you made it to quarterfinals.
Sorry?
Yeah. I think you made it to quarterfinals.
Yeah, because after us, they cut 2 people, and then they were going to go through another round before live television that was only going to have like 30 people. So if I remember correctly, there was only 2 more rounds, and then it was over. So it was a great experience. Hard as it can be, but it was great.
How big was the pressure?
Honestly, that was probably the most relaxed performance out of my 15 years. The most, like, me and him were nervous before. We weren't like after, like, walking on stage and just like having the camera ready. Like, we didn't even have a clave. Like, everything was just so comfortable. The thing
is, what's the difference with that with World Latin Cup and the America's Got Talent? You think?
Oh well, sure. With the World Latin Dance Cup, there's a set of rules that you have to follow. You know what I mean? So you're also competing with judges what they like to see on stage. So that's something that you definitely always have to be aware of. With America's Got Talent, you're definitely worrying about TV based. So you're thinking about what people are seeing through the TV versus what they're going to see live. So like definitely things that we had to like amp our energy up. We had to amp some of the tricks up and stuff like that. So definitely, and we got to work with a lot of ballroom instructors to learn about that. So it was definitely, that was a challenge on how to be more theatrical than we were already.
Bro, I heard this story because I just posted that video with, I think that will be your second performance at America's Got Talent. But then they had to interview you, right? So it was scripted, wasn't it? It was, did you guys plan that script at all or just?
No, they honestly, they just kept asking us the question. And then if they didn't like if we were not smiling or we weren't doing this, like, we do that again. And so by the 10th time, there was like the same question. They were just trying to get a camera frame.
I thought it was a brilliant thing as far as you and John competing on America's Got Talent, because I don't think America has ever seen 2 males dancing together, follow and lead with such precision and good movements there. Because look, Andrew, one of your talents is being a follow. It's amazing. I mean, ever since I judged you with kicking, I shouldn't say that because Eli Torres would get mad at me, but defeating Eli Torres. I mean,
respectfully,
your posture, your spins, and your lines is exceptional. Not too many male follow can do that, you know. And on that thought, where do you think you build that foundation? Because I know you were in Yamaya and then you got to Salsa Mania. What did you do? How did you build that?
Honestly, man, I just was always infatuated with videos.
Yeah,
Even when my mom was dancing back when I was younger with me on my Yon 2000,
yeah.
I would always watch, whether it was that ballroom dance, it was like a ballroom movie from the 90s on VHS. I would always like to watch the ladies for some reason. And then Giselle Ponce came out, Amanda, uh, Santo Rico was like really popular around there at that time. And then Berju came out. And so when Berju came out, along with Candy Mena, like it's just, I watched all these girls and how different their style was. And we infused a lot of Flavor Street with a lot of ballroom lines. Because
So
I love looking
you pretty much follow, you pretty much watch and watch their videos as far as the New York dancers, New York followers
yeah,
concerned. Yeah.
all day, every day. And it's just like, it was just crazy. And I honestly, I don't have a really strong background in like jazz or ballet or anything. I didn't start that until like maybe 10 years ago. So I just got really lucky with long limbs and long legs, but I also continued stretching even before dancing, because of soccer and stuff. So by the time I did hit dance, I was actually able already to do a kick and split thanks to already planning years ahead.
Did you always follow or you were leading first?
I always liked the art of following, but obviously because, I identify as a male man, so,
Yeah.
put me into that category right away. And so it wasn't until I got and met in Lakesh Dance Company and Jahida and Helika that I actually really started learning so many new things about just how society just makes us put us that way, you know what I mean? And it's so funny because I always used to want to follow and learn, but a lot of the people would get weird, like, oh, this kid, and so, but I didn't
Right.
care.
There was that time, but thing has changed now, and it's pretty much accepted all over the world as far as, especially in our industry, which is, really cool. Like, and we have a lot of individuals to thank for, like Sion and Jason
Oh
Molina.
yeah, yeah. I definitely think
who really paved the
there's.
way. Even Zeke, for that matter, who really paved the way.
Oh yeah, Zeke he definitely opened up a more comfortable level for a lot of the pro dancers, man.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
definitely knows. My little fairy godmother, my bad.
That dude has been at SFIBF and never really missed that at
Yeah,
the
I
festival.
haven't seen him in years, man. I remember when he had the long mohawk.
You didn't you
I'm
didn't see,
wait,
you didn't
I'm
see
gonna do
the
that with my hair now.
dude. You're
I'm
long.
gonna do that with the long mohawk.
Are you gonna do the European bun? Like this?
Yeah, right. Everybody says I look like a sumo wrestler though. Like I look very Japanese.
No, you do not look like a sumo. You're skinny, dude. You don't look like a sumo wrestler.
Not a sumo wrestler, but like what is it? A samurai. There we go.
A samurai. Yeah. A samurai.
bad.
That would work. Um, dude, getting back to that interview that the America's Great Talent. I was laughing my ass
America's
off.
Got Talent.
No, I was laughing my ass off because John said, I'm straight. And then you said, I'm gay. Like that, because, you guys were talking about people look at you at clubs when you guys dancing and together and everything.
Yeah.
But then I heard a story, and I don't know if this is true, confirm it. Your grandmother never knew that you're gay.
No, I actually came
So when
out
she was
on.
watching that, bro, what did you think? What's her reaction?
Well, we didn't talk about America's Got Talent like for about a year.
But did she know that she doesn't watch TV, huh?
She watched it.
Oh,
My whole family in Mexico watched it.
oh
I'm
my
sure.
God.
I'm sure my sperm donor,
Yeah.
my daddy somewhere who I can watch this. Excuse my language. Sorry. No, a lot of people watched it, like to the point where I got messages from people in elementary school who I knew I did not like. You were bullied to me, but now we're friends. Now you're sending me pictures. Like, oh, okay.
Come on, they didn't know. Come on, man.
I was just like, oh no, it was crazy, man. It was a blessing in disguise, definitely. But just to hit that tremendous amount. It was a lot. It was a lot, and I didn't know how to take it, and I just kind of let it be. It wasn't until maybe a year later I walked into a Rite Aid by my house that some associate who never really talked to was like, "Hey, you're, Maria
You're that
Cervantez'
too.
grandson."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, well, she talks about all the time about on America's Got Talent." And I looked at her, and I just started crying, bro. In the middle of Rite Aid, there's people behind. I was just like, wow. So she does it. So she does support it, but it's just so crazy how like it's just that Mexican culture, you know?
That is the
Yeah,
tradition, the traditional culture. Yeah.
yeah. So we don't talk about it, but yeah, yeah. It's one of those things where you just yeah.
So she's like behind your back. She's very proud of you.
Yeah, it is. She is definitely, And then being like the only grandson, male grandson,
Yeah.
I think she kind of puts a lot of that
Right.
hopes and dreams that I'm gonna have like 5 kids already to be a doctor.
Yeah, that's what most grandma would say, or doctors
Yeah.
or lawyers or whatever.
Yeah, she wanted me to be like a physical therapist, but no, which I am, but through dance.
Right, right. Did you, I mean, I met you when you were like 13 years old. You and JJ dancing at Yamaya parties and all of that stuff. I
Yes.
still remember
Oh
you
man.
guys,
Yeah, JJ was my first same gender partner.
yeah, you kids were so young, man. That means I'm so old, really.
Yeah. That's fine. You stay 21 forever.
Shit, man. But did you always know you were going to be a professional dancer, though?
Yep.
See, that's a good thing. I mean, you know what you wanted.
Oh heck yeah. Since 2005, Albert Torres's World Latin Dance Cup, my mom ordered them. That day, I remember I was going to Palm Springs Extravaganza
Yeah,
2006
yeah.
to go see. I think Junior and Emily were there. They had just, placed second in the competition, and I remember I was like, I'm going to be a 3-time world champion. Like I remember that, and then I went to my first big congress, like on the way. So yeah, and then 15. No, actually, oh wow, only 6 years later. It took me only 6 years, but yeah, it took some time. But I kind of definitely knew what I wanted, and now I'm setting myself for new goals right now.
Yeah.
So yes, I will be competing. Watch out.
Good. Now, have you picked a partner already, or are you still looking?
Well, right now I just met myself. I was working with a couple other people. I was with Empowered Movement. However, differences aside, she's doing her own thing. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she has a new dance partner.
Who?
And myself, I'm not sure at all. I don't know. I honestly, me, I'm an introvert with extrovert qualities. So,
Yeah.
I do love me. I dance with Helen as well, Helen Vasquez. Love her, like love
Great.
performing
Helen
with
is
her.
great.
And she's so much. She actually made me she reminded me of what it should feel like. Like it shouldn't be pressured, it should be fun, and
Yeah.
she definitely pushed me on to like not be so serious and to like just have fun with it.
And that's another kid where I've seen her grow up and really become a really good professional dancer as well. Like, God, really, I've seen you guys when you guys were still babies. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. She still is a baby. I think she's like 23.
Yeah, you guys are still babies. I don't care.
I know. I got great hair though.
Yeah. Are you gonna stay in LA or do you plan to move back to Bay Area?
I plan on living everywhere. Paris, Japan, Mexico.
Well,
I ain't got no kids, so wherever the wind takes me, I'm like Pocahontas.
I mean, look, after that America's Got Talent, then you won that championship in Las Vegas. That was an opportunity there to go all over the world,
It was, dude.
There was that window of opportunity, but again, you're still young. There's going to be another opportunity again. I hope you take it. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be annoying for traveling is annoying. Okay. But the reward is great, dude.
It's going to be annoying.
It's annoying.
Yeah. No, honestly, I think I was such a young.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying? You're cutting off.
What?
You were cutting off a little bit.
Oh, could it be my connection or yours? I don't know, because sometimes you get cut off also. But okay, how about now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So where were we? Yeah, as far as you want to live everywhere, you don't want to live everywhere. You want to visit everywhere, probably. You will always have a home base, that is, you know.
So yeah, right now I'm still trying to find, like my home base because right now like my family's older and it's only us three, and so my sister's older, then it's my mom, and my grandmother's married, so it's once we leave the nest, it's like we have to find our new home base kind of thing. So
Well,
hmm?
I'd say you'd be in Europe. I'd say you'd be in one of those cities in Europe.
Oh yeah,
If you
definitely.
could somehow, develop great connections with the dancers there, I think you'd be great. Enrique was just telling me that he was in Italy for like a year. Uh,
I saw his interview as well.
for most
Oh my gosh, it's
people,
art.
yeah, for most people, like the Vasquez brothers and even Juan Matos and all that, they all moved to Italy because that's
Yeah.
kind of like the mecca of the world, you know. So that could be it. I have no doubt that you do great there, and then other cities in Europe also. I think I see you in Europe. I know United States will always be there for you, but I see it in Europe, you know. So
Definitely. I already got the standby going
hopefully
on
you get
for
that
years.
opportunity, you know.
Thank you,
Uh,
man. Thank you.
yeah. So let's see. I was gonna talk to you about something else I forgot because we got disconnected there a little bit. As far as oh, uh, David, you were you close to David?
Yeah. I mean, we weren't like best friends, but Saya has invited me to her home, and I stayed the night there, and we've talked, and I've known him. I kind of grew up with him in the dance scene, and so every time we would be at his band, like, we were always cool, and he was. I would say he was a really good dance friend of mine, and that kid, man, was like this yeah, kind of tough.
That was unexpected, wasn't it? But then again, you never know, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
never
no,
know.
yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah.
How do you compare the scene in LA versus the Bay Area? What's the difference?
Ooh, let me get my tea ready.
You don't have to hold back, really.
Wow. Oh, trust me, I'm a Gemini. I don't hold back. And if you want, let's take me at 3 o'clock. No, I'm kidding.
Because
No, no, no.
there are pros and cons. I know, you know.
Definitely. I definitely think this is the LA city. Everybody likes to be the center of attention here. This is very TV oriented, commercial oriented. The one thing that I would say during my time in the Bay Area, that there was such a good support from PB&G to Monsuno to Couture to Aspincal to Ricardo and Tiani, Rica Salsa to Salsa Minia, and everybody would make sure that we would come to your event, or we would make sure our event wasn't the same day. That is not the case out here at all. And I understand that we are in different communities, like Orange County and LA is an hour from each other. So obviously if that's the same, but there's just so many like, but that was the difference. The dancers were running the scene back then. Now it's like switch. Promoters are a little bit more in charge, especially out
Uh,
here. And I've never had an issue with any of the promoters. Promoters, are great. We business has been great here. But I definitely do see that competition, but there's no respect line. You know
yeah,
what I mean? People can be a little grimy here.
yeah,
Again, I've never experienced that. I'm just seeing that. You know what I mean? Um, and just like, yeah, just that. But pretty much, I feel like it's been like that for a while. You know what I mean? Over here, it's just now that I'm just seeing it. But the one cool thing is that I wasn't like in the scene. I was, after my surgery, I kind of took some time off, and I was able to be a part of the scene, with like the dance team of Team Empowered Movement Dance Company, or just competing in my solos. So I was able to check it out without actually like having to be there all the time. But it
yeah,
was definitely good. And the Bay Area, everybody loves to just get down.
right. There was a
Yeah.
time where I think that the LA scene was looking down on the Bay Area. There was a time I grew up. I've been in the salsa scene for a while, but those were the times. But then the Bay Area, the great thing about the Bay Area dancers is not only they learn from LA crowd, but they learn from NYC crowd, which really makes
Yeah.
us, which really makes us unique. We're just multi-dimensional type of dancers, as opposed to just LA or just New York City.
Yeah.
They strictly dance mambo. The other ones strictly dance, the foundation of Vasquez brothers or what they built there and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But then again, now the Bay Area is also kicking ass in the competition. So there's no
Yeah.
denying, there's no denying
Are
that
we coming back? We're making a comeback.
there's no denying that the Bay Area has gone way far now as far as competition and the talent of dancers is concerned. That's both
Yeah.
bachata and salsa, no doubt about it.
Because you guys, there was Bachata was running it for a while, right? Like a couple years there. And
Yeah.
then actually, I competed at John's event in November at his salsa competition. And like the amount, there was like two other new pro soloists there, like the pro-ams there. Like there was a couple. I was like, okay, where'd you guys come from? It was pretty nice to see the evolving side of it.
And now that we have several competitions now in the Bay, we got John and Liz, West Coast. That was like, is it salsa bachata competition?
Yeah, West Coast salsa competition.
Then we got Kathy Reyes, the annual thing that she does.
Bella Weekender, that one, yeah, yes.
She does her competition on that weekender too. I think, yeah, I judge with that one too. I think that she needs to expand that. Hopefully she can expand it because
It's gonna blow up.
But the secret of this competition is the participation, really. It's not about the audience, whether the audience are gonna be coming there or there's gonna be a big crowd. It doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the powers that be, when it comes to dance directors, dance competitors, would support the competition and participate in the competition, because that makes a lot of difference. Because in the old days, that was it. That was really the idea when Rocopulco was hosting the dance team competition. The dance directors agreed that they're going to support that event. And the only reason that was discontinued is really because there was no more support there from the dance team, and so there were not much participation, and so that's really the key.
That's the hard part, man. Especially, but now after the pandemic, I do feel like there's going to be a whole different surge of competition. Once everything comes back, we've had a whole year to prepare.
Well, I hope that when this pandemic is over, I hope we're not the same. I hope we're not going to go back the same way. I hope that when this pandemic is over, that we have discovered a lot of great ideas and willing to move forward and even make our industry even better. I hope that happens. Not to mention, I hope that, because relationship had been repaired, friends has been reunited because of this pandemic. They've gotten closer. They mend their fences, whatever. Yeah.
Let me know if that happened.
And I hope that continues when this pandemic is over. I'm sure, Andrew, you can't please everyone. There are probably some haters right there, and there are so many fans at the same time.
Girl, I just called you girl. Yeah, it's Rodney.
As promoters, I know everything. I just can't say a lot of things. And so,
That's one thing I will say, that it will not be the same, because it's like you get to that point where it's just like, I'm not going to take any more BS. Like, it's just, but if you change who you are because of that, oh, you're the bad guy. But you can't please nobody. You can't please nobody, but you can't please everybody.
Although I have to say that the dynamics and the process of marketing has changed a lot in our industry.
Dude, honestly, for the better, though. I kind of like how it's going now. Not how it was.
Bro. For the better, maybe. I don't know, because,
I do just going out and handing the flyers, though, and actually connecting with.
Well, those were the days, right? Those were the days, right? And they would be glad if they were featured in some video. Somebody shot them and interviewed them and whatnot, and they're putting it on their own website or whatever. At that time there was no YouTube, whatever. But You know, I recently became so active in my Instagram. I didn't even know I have like 700 followers or whatever. I don't know how that happened, to be honest with you. Uh, and so as I log there, every time I see people in their bathing suit, they had to dance in their bathing suit, you know, and really
Yeah.
poor techniques. I'm sorry. It's just poor techniques, okay? You know, yet they get a lot of followers, they get a lot of likes. Oh, you know, here's the thing. You know, people know me as being like straight shooter, right? That's why I'm hated or loved. Okay, whatever you want to call it, you know. You can't help it when you see poor techniques right there and people are praising them. Oh yeah, like dude, how can you praise? That's why you're enabling them to have more bad techniques. What's going
Yeah,
on here, man?
talking about pricing, right? Like per artist, correct? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. That's yeah. I'm baffled. Hey, but yeah, if you could pull it off, hey, kudos to you, man.
yeah.
But I'm
I
over here like, what?
I recently had seen Lee's post from DCBX in DC, right?
Hmm.
Uh, I think it's some type of European artist who's charging him €1,000 for one workshop virtual.
For one workshop. Oh.
Virtual. It's like, boy, he was so pissed. He posted it all over on Facebook.
And, oh,
You know, so, but
that's
I
confident.
think yeah, there's pros and cons as far as the marketing is concerned. You know, you see a lot of people, you know, posting
Yeah.
their own videos there and whatnot. And yeah, you're right. It's just a matter of students and the crowd knowing what's right and what's wrong, or what's poor techniques and what's good technique. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Where's one way that you can always like what John has told me is to always look at who you're gonna hire, how many students they can actually produce for what they're charging.
I
So I
agree.
usually look
I
I
agree.
mean, for myself, I'm just like, okay, am I gonna really judge right now, or am I gonna see what you're pretty? Oh, okay, no, okay, let me let open. Or no, I'm gonna judge you right now.
So, in your dancing, have you always spin that good, or you trained yourself to really spin that well? I
Oh
mean,
no, I work my
what
butt
was the
off. So,
process like?
sacrificing a lot of high school trips, sacrificing a lot of friends going out. I lost, even graduating and going to the Bay Area, like just all that,
Were
going
you
to the movies.
were you spinning on your own every day?
Yeah, every single day, every single day, every single day. Like, and then actually, I think I was one point I actually thought I broke my tailbone because I was practicing those one leg spins,
Yeah.
and my foot came under me, and I literally just went bam. So it was like a scary process. I actually had to go to physical therapy for that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was like, no, yeah, I worked my butt off to be where I am and have my resume. It took me a long time to actually say that confidently and actually not feel conceited. But yeah, man, like it was, because in high school everybody wants to like, go to the prom and do this, and no, I was going to practice for 4 hours. So a lot
I
of
think we
sacrifice.
talked about having a dance team before, and it's not your cup of tea. So no change of plans about that one. Do you still want to do a dance team or what?
Well, I love working with other individuals. I definitely have a certain process of how I like to work. You know what I mean? Because you're paying me for a service. So we're gonna get that service done. You know what I mean? I can be, and there's just other things that I like to have. You know what I mean? I definitely, with this experience with Empower Movement, it was great. You know what I mean? Working with the individuals and just connecting with the dancers themselves and hearing their
Hold on,
stories. That's what
Andrew.
I like to do.
Andrew,
So in order to
Andrew,
do that,
go back to what you were
yeah.
saying because you got cut off.
Okay, something about the dancers. I wouldn't mind creating it. However, though, there's still a foundation that I would like to create for myself before I start. Because not if you create a dance team, you're not just doing what I like to do, which is choreograph. Me in choreography is just we're like this.
Yeah.
But you also, especially being in a level that John and myself are, and many others, there's a certain responsibility that needs to be set before taking somebody's money and saying, here, you're going to have my choreography. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of, especially, here, there's a lot of younger generations and younger crowds. So you have to make sure what you represent, is going to be shown through that artwork. And that's how I like to represent myself. You know, and I've learned through experience. You know, some good, some bad, and so. But it's
So,
hard, man, dealing with other people's personalities. You know.
Andrew, if you were to train intermediate followers, okay, let's just say, if you were to train them and they're at the intermediate level and they want to be great at lines, styling, spinning, how would you create that program and how long do you think is the program?
Well, definitely, it would have to be a series. You know what I mean? Like everything is something John and Liz have definitely taught me is, you know, repetition is key. So I definitely would love to create a formula for that and then have the series, but I would also have like a work pamphlet. You know what I mean? So because it's if somebody wants to really create a technical base, just like any other schoolwork, there has to be a study program. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So for me, that, you know, you have to study it every day. It's like homework. You can't just show up once a week and expect to have these lines in 6 months. You know what I mean? There's definitely a structure and a consistency. And so if I were to open up a program like that, it would definitely be either by seasonal, like 4 months, or it would be by series, and then we can separate them. But there would definitely be a program that you can have, whether you have questions, what you need to work on, and then I would have, you know, other things to where I can connect with that person. And make sure that they're following up. So it would be like a school program. That's
So
how I would do it.
with that 4 months, how many session a week do you think?
Twice a week.
Mm.
It has to be very consistent.
Or how many hours? 3, 2 hours, or what?
Oh, no. You definitely don't need to, just like when you go to the gym, you know what I mean? You don't need to be there every day for 3 hours. You know what I mean? You just need to, like, that consistency, whether it's 45 minutes or an hour and a half minutes or 2 hours, you know, for the class. It's that consistency that's gonna get that memory key.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So are there any particular dance that you'd rather lead or you'd rather follow?
Well, following is actually, now that I've gone through the leading phases, I love leading. You know, I love being able to switch and lead and
It's
follow.
an art. It's really an art. The leading part is really an art, you know.
It really is. It's so easy for me. The only thing that sucks is obviously, you know, my injury, so I have to like figure out a way to do cabaret. Yeah. But when I do that, I always feel more badass because I'm like, hey, you guys got muscles. I know. It's okay. I still can do it. So it's honestly definitely, and also helps me learn to like, okay, this is what I got to do for, you know, John, if, you know, we'll still dancing and whoever my next big partner is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not going to leave that alone. I think I have a little bit more journey for same gender.
What's important for you when it comes to dance partnership, preparing for our competition? What's the most important? Huh?
And loyalty.
Loyalty, huh?
Loyalty. I don't care how much it's gonna hurt. I'd rather you tell me straight to my face, so that way I can respect you, and that's respecting loyalty, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you considering any other future partners there that you've been watching for a while? And I was like, well, maybe I should compete with this person, you know?
I always got my eye out.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you've been looking. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm all about divine universe, man. Whatever the universe brings me, you know what I mean? That's what I have, and that's what I know I'm ready for. You know what I mean?
Dude,
I definitely
have you considered, at least tried, or have you tried it with Kathy yet?
Yes, actually, we were talking for a little bit, and then, however, I was down here a little bit more, and then Aubrey actually asked me to do a project down here with Empowered Movement. So we just all started, and I was with Helen as well, so I was kind of like doing all that, and just kind of like projects took off. One project took off, some took others, and then, you know, it just kind of fell through. But honestly, Kathy,
the reason I'm saying that is because I watch her with her student, the black brother. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
they were really good.
Oh, he's one of the sweetest dudes ever, man. Oh my God, it's so horrible. I literally
I forgot his name, but he's tall, right? He's tall like you. And I was looking at that. You know, that's one. Look, I've seen Kathy with other partners, okay, and they were great. Respect to them, whatnot, okay. But I've never seen such dynamics with a partner that's a little taller than, not even a little, way taller
Oh,
than
you saw like Kathy.
way. But the reason I like that type of partnership is not to mention the lifts.
Oh yeah,
It's either him or her making it look so effortless and landing like a slow motion and smooth and everything. And at one point I was seeing them perform because he's amateur and Kathy is pro, right? I was looking, I was like, God, I think Andrew and Kathy could be good.
honestly,
I was looking at that.
work ethic is one of the strongest. Like she has another John work ethic right there. Like she would give me a run for my money. So
You should see her work out, man.
Kathy,
You should see her work out. Definitely have that work ethic.
dude, I tried one of her little exercises that she was showing me. I was like, okay, I can't do that one. I'm not strong enough yet.
Bro, my wife would probably kick my ass for saying this, but she did one time Kathy's Saturday class. She could not walk for a week.
Oh my God, no, Kathy, she's a grinder, man. She works until perfection. Like seriously, and ever since I met her in 2010 World Latin Dance Cup in Vegas when she was competing with Steven.
Yeah.
I think they placed second that year, and even then, man, she was practicing. Like her drills are still, if not, they're probably way more intensive now. She was still like about that. She was the first one down. Always had her hair ready. Like she is about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she still has time to make food for the whole event.
The great thing about Kathy, as I noticed, is that she's able to adapt to just about any partner, which is really cool. But I've never seen her look good with that with the amateur partner that she has. And I think that if they were to compete with what do you call that, semi-pro or something, right?
Pro-am.
I think that they'll do well. I think that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
I envision Kathy with a taller partner in a pro. I think she would do so well, in my opinion. So
I can't wait until because I always liked her sensual movement when it comes to her hips.
She is a natural actress, bro. She's a natural actress. That you would think that whoever her partner is, even if they're not lovers, you would think they're both lovers just by the way she look at him.
You remember Jonathan when she did the Rodchata? Oh my God, she shut it down, man. She came in. Ooh. Yeah, he's in TV, right? Jonathan. I don't remember his last name, but I know he does like Dancing with the Stars and stuff, right?
I know Jonathan. I was there.
Oh yeah, okay, my bad. Then you saw it.
I was there, man. Look, the first time I've ever judged Kathy, it was with Hondo, Alejandro Rey.
Yes.
At Steven's Steakhouse. And one of the reasons I give her high points, both of them, is their chemistry and the way they look at each other. Kathy really made that really intense. And it's like, okay, they won that competition, of course, but I think that was the time also, I forgot his name. They were dancing to reggaeton and I gave them 0.
Wait, why? You don't like the reggaeton?
Bro, LA crowd hated me at that time. They were dancing bachata to reggaeton. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on.
I mean, hey, that's how the commercial world is. They want us to do salsa to American music. Come on now.
Not when you hire a bachata judge.
Yeah.
Who came to the Dominican Republic and studied it. Come on. Jesus God. But anyways, geez. By the way, how old are you now, bro? I know I met you when you were 13, so you got to be at least in your late 20s or early 20s.
33.
You look young.
Good, I'm just messing with you. I'm 28.
Yeah, I was like 33. Come on, how come you got old fast? Come on, man.
I got a little gray hairs in my body somewhere.
No, it's like you got the beard and you got the ponytail and everything, and then you still work out or what?
Actually, I stopped because I wasn't getting any results. So I was just like getting
a lot of people have this mental block, right? Every time they work, they have a hard time. And that's because, you know why? Because there's no result. How do you motivate yourself?
Yeah. But honestly, for me, it was more my eating habit because I was dancing so much and working out that my metabolism just wasn't like, and I could eat like big meals, but I needed to eat like 4 big meals. now I can do that.
It's
Back then I could.
it's in the nutrition, and if you don't adjust your nutrition accordingly, you won't see result no matter how hard you work. But then your metabolism is
But
still
I still
slow, right? You
do
don't
my
get fat.
cardio for sure. You know, I actually really got into my
Your
yeah,
metabolism
dude. My mom is yeah.
your
My same
metabolism is
way with
still fast, right?
yeah. I don't think that's gonna slow down anytime soon, man. Thank God, actually, I'm actually
Is
really
that
grateful for
usually
that.
your genetic? Because your mom
Yeah.
always had that genetics too. She doesn't gain weight or anything, you know.
But from what I do actually remember from my dad, actually, he was a baseball player in high school, so he was
Okay.
always really skinny as well, you know. So
Yeah.
and then so was my grandfather, so and my grandmother. So yeah, I got lucky. I got really
Well,
lucky. I could eat a whole Big Mac and not regret it the next day.
oh, I eat in and out, bro. I eat in and out once a week. I'm good.
That's healthy, isn't it? Quote unquote. Everybody's vegan over here in LA. I couldn't get with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I'm Filipino, so I'll eat rice and I'll eat some fucking meat. I don't care, you know.
and
Kathy is,
Filipino pancake. I remember it.
yeah.
Filipino pancake.
I don't care. I'll eat balut too. I remember I had Junior eat balut in when I had a Boracay festival.
Junior and Emily.
Yeah. He'd throw it up.
You threw it. You didn't like it. They're Korean. My bad. They're Korean and Mexican. My bad.
So, dude, you're not planning it to get into Hollywood like Emily did. Emily really did great there after the competition, you know.
I do. I would like to, but I have not figured out my road yet for that.
Might want to
You
talk
know,
to them
right
because
now.
I think it's all about connections, in my opinion. I think
Oh, definitely.
they made some great networking and connection during that competition. That you know they're going places right now. You know.
Well, you know, J Lo's my girl. J Lo is definitely somebody that I want to work with as well.
She's in Vegas, bro. She's in
Uh,
Vegas. She has the residency
I
there.
actually had the pleasure of meeting her a couple years ago, and actually, yeah, no, yeah, I went there a couple times, man. It was amazing. She was honestly, she's a very direct person. You know what I mean? She was like, I told her, I was like, look, I can't wait to work with you. She goes, good, work hard. And that was it. I was like, oh my god, it was
But
just like she knows, so she knows I'm coming. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just that honestly, that world is a little hard. Like you have to come in it with the right mindset and a lot of confidence. You know what I mean? And it took me a while to get there. So now that I have other plans, you know, I want to get those done first, and then kind of create my road into that, wherever it
yeah.
may be. Again, wherever the universe sends me, man. Can't force anything.
The world of dance, you know, it's one thing to impress the crowd and get you in the first round, right? But
Yeah,
you better be ready in the second and third round. It's gotta be fucking different, you know. Because if it's the same, you're out, you know. So that's the thing about this type of
that's the
competition.
that goes back to your question about TV. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think there's like a delay. It gets quiet, and then I respond, and then he's my bad.
I mean, look at Ricardo and Karen. You know,
Oh my God, they went on a whole other level, man. And then you have Jefferson and Insta.
yeah. But the thing is, they have to come up with something different each time because to us as salseros, we could see the difference. Okay,
Yeah,
you do the thing, we could see the difference. But to the judges like J Lo, Nilo, and the
so
ballroom
different.
dude, Derek,
Erica.
and the crowd, they would think that was like the last time, you know. So
You know, they did exactly all the same. The routines that they did was just ones they've already won with.
yeah,
They did. They had such a smart strategy.
I think that our crowd, you guys, have the potential to win it as long as you can come up with a plan that would knock the socks off out of them every round, and it's got to be different, dude. It's got to
Yeah.
be different, you know. So, like for example, with America's Great Talent, America's Got Talent, both of you and John, who picked the second song, dude?
Wait, which one? La Bendición?
I don't know. Your last round.
The last one was the La Bendición one.
I was not feeling that music.
And really? I love that song. No, we picked that song because it was one of the strongest, had everything in it, and it was
Right.
easy for the producers to amplify a lot of the noises. They wanted us to do Fireball by Pitbull, like a completely
Oh,
different one.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
no, so we definitely were like, no, we're gonna stick with this one. And at that time, everybody was using it, or at least a couple years prior to that, in the competition. So we never got a chance to use it. So we're like, screw it, we're gonna use it right
Yeah.
now.
So your colleagues at Yamaya, do you still talk to them? You still visit them or what?
All the time, man. That's home right there. Emily always, Emily, like, because of Emily, I was able to go to all these congresses and, go with the Yamaya van. And we would always go and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in snowstorms going to Reno. It was honestly, it was such a good time. It was such a good introduction to the salsa scene because we had such a family vibe. You know what I mean? And yeah, so some of those sometimes they could get a little party vibe, but
Hmm.
I was blessed to be able to keep that family vibe at least until I was like 2021 before
Yeah.
all that came into play.
Have you gone to your favorite Congress or a Congress that you like that you haven't gone to yet? What would it be?
Oh man, there. Well, my favorite one was the Vancouver International Fest. But that one's no longer anymore. I think the guy actually moved back to Dubai, one of the promoters. But other than that, the San Francisco Salsa Congress was still by far one of my top favorites. And then after that would probably
They're all
be
gone, dude.
they're all gone. I know my favorite one, but Your Son was pretty bomb, man. Your Son, oh, that one was fun. That one's fun.
Yeah,
And
Enrique was just telling me how special that Your Son is. I might want to visit it,
yeah, Your Son is pretty bomb. One of the years that I went, they had a boxing ring, and we had to like do this battle out. Like everybody either had like a broken toe, cuts. I was bleeding in my nose and my mouth. Like John was all bruised up. Like it was rough, bro. It was rough, but it was the funnest thing ever, man. It was fun. Yeah, I did some crazy things.
Now, what about country? What country haven't you visited that you want to visit?
Oh, Acapulco, man. Acapulco was actually.
Yeah?
Ooh. Wow. Oh, wow. Let me see. Hold on. China.
Really? Where? Beijing? They have congresses there, dude.
Yeah, Beijing. I know Beijing has
And then
one.
there's Shanghai also.
Yeah. Oh, Shanghai. They have one in Shanghai. Yeah. So okay. So China for sure. El Salvador, but
Did they have a congress there?
I think they do.
Hmm.
And then obviously Colombia would be my next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your heritage? Are you Salvadorian or Mexican?
I'm Latino. Well, Latino.
Well, Latino.
I think I do have like on my grandfather's side there is some Japanese.
Uh-huh.
But I think that's like his sisters or something. I don't know how it goes. But yeah, we're definitely more Latin, Hispanic, Mayan.
Mayan, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, for sure the Mayan with the eyes and the nose.
Yeah.
But everybody thinks Indian or now Japanese and Persian, apparently.
Persian, probably. That's probably where you get your height. I don't know.
Yeah. I was like, I don't mind that. You come pet this person.
Yeah. What else is, I mean, okay, this pandemic is on. What do you do? What are you doing on a daily basis now? I mean, do you work or what?
Actually, well, I'm in not in real estate. I'm actually a landlord. So I was actually really lucky this pandemic.
You're blessed.
I'm already an introvert. So for me, everything shut
You
down.
are not an introvert, dude. You are so not.
Man. That's all my friends. I'm perfectly fine on a Friday night with my cat and a glass of wine, cooking myself dinner. I'm good, man. I'm good. Every now and then I like my little fancy nights out. And fancy.
Yeah, I hope one of these days I'll help you go to Calgary. There's a congress called Calgary BKS.
Yeah.
Dude. By Bernard, the Filipino guy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's one. Okay. Isn't there another one that?
There's another one there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a salsa congress.
Yeah. Got you. Okay.
But this BKS is, of course, multi rooms and all of that stuff, and they would love me there.
I've been
Gianna.
trying to get to
Actually,
Canada this
Gianna was there last year.
Rihanna?
Gianna. Gianna.
Oh, Gianna. I'm
Yeah.
like Rihanna.
Yeah.
Gianna Montoya, right?
I was hanging out with her last year. It's like, what are you doing here, Gianna?
Yes, no, that's my Saxon native right there.
She's cool. She's cool as hell.
Yeah. Actually, I got really close to her two sisters right after high school, and so
Is that
it was
right?
pretty cool. Yeah, I got to get to know. I was going out with her sisters and stuff.
Yeah,
Lisa and Leah.
people forget that Gianna is a Sacramento native.
Yes, man. She dominated, dude. She's out in Florida. I just spoke with her actually a couple weeks ago. She's still living in Florida for a little bit. Yeah.
Well, she has a house and she has her business there. She has her studio, you know,
Yeah. She's
and
kicking butt, man.
and of course she has a farm, you know.
Oh, she has a full farm.
Dude, she has a farm.
Oh, I thought that was like a little corner thing in your yard. Oh, damn.
And then she has her pet, you know, the pig. The pig is she has her pet.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool. That's what I want to do, man. I want to have like a little pig.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
So right after real estate, I want to get like a big land and just open up like a foster farm for animals.
So, are you? Do you have a boyfriend, or are you single?
I am single, bilingual, but always ready to mingle. No, definitely not. You know, I very open. You know, I'm open to whoever can keep up with.
But you're not. Are you really looking, or just go at it is as is? You know.
No, I think definitely with my last one, I learned all in one. And so right now I have like a lot of goals and dreams that I would like to do. So again, I'm not closed off. I'm definitely an onion, but you know, again, we're young 20s, you know, we have our careers and a lot of us can't really set aside our insecurities or just, you know, hey, we want the other person to do X successful, you know, so it's a different time frame for me, you know. So I think once I get older, I think I'll meet somebody who's more mentally mature on my side. You know, not to say that nobody my age isn't, but nah, if you can keep up with me, cool. But if not,
well,
bye.
What do you think of the dynamics of the relationship? Are you looking for someone who you can look up to, or are you looking for an equal?
Motivation, man. I want somebody who I can motivate them just as much as they can motivate me, whether it's work, lifestyle, to be a better person. You know what I mean? Definitely someone who, you know, for me, I know somebody who I'm going to be with needs to have a lot of patience.
Yeah, that's what Gemini needs, dude.
Yeah, but you definitely won't be bored. You know, I definitely, you know, yeah, no, just motivation, man, and an equal, or you know, even if they're greater than me or whatever, you know, how can we work together to be great together? You know,
and mutual. I think that mutual respect also, which you know,
yeah.
lacking.
See, I'm not the type of person to get with somebody. I'd rather be your friend for a while.
Right.
Before the, yeah, that's more my style.
Well, look, Andrew, it's great talking to you, bro. I mean, I was looking forward to before pandemic that you were going to come to Reno, but it got canceled. But
I know.
I was looking forward to hang out with you, dude. You know,
that week too, man. I think it was like that Friday.
Can you believe it? I mean, come on, man. Right?
Really? Okay. And then everything got snowed in.
So bad. Okay. But, you know, hopefully we'll see. I mean, if the pandemic is over, which I think is probably by summer next year, that's right on time for the Reno Dance Expo. So we'll see. You know, I'm crossing my fingers. I don't think that Reno Latin Dance Fest in January is going to happen yet because of the pandemic. So I'm really crossing my fingers that at least next year we'll slowly restart again, you know.
Yeah.
And hopefully by 2022, it's fully, you know, there. I know that I was just talking to Isidra about SFIBF as far as inviting international teachers. It's probably not going to happen to most of the congresses now because of what happened. And probably 2022, we could start inviting international teachers, but you know, U.S. national talent in itself is big enough, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone.
We have a huge talent, a huge hidden talent, man. And then a lot of people that aren't even getting recognition for what they are right now.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. So I see you competing in both follow and lead, and even the solo, bro. You got
Never
your
know.
solo routine there, right? I mean,
Never know what the world might bring you.
hey, I think you could do it. You mentioned earlier that you were taking other classes and training, but you got disconnected a little bit. What was it? That's in the Bay Area, right?
As far as like back then or like currently right now?
Training, current, yeah, training.
Oh, right now, actually, I'm doing a lot of cardio for me, and that's actually something Junior Alabi actually told me to really work on. Like he actually a couple years ago, he gave me a way to enhance my training during my 2 minute intervals of dance, and so I've been really working on that. I really picked up cycling because running is actually really bad for us dancers. Period.
It really is
So
bad, and not too many people realize that. Okay, you're doing the jogging thing, right? And
yeah,
then you're dancing all night. Are you serious?
dude, it was crazy over my knees, and I was only 22, so I figured that out. And honestly, there's a lot of things that I'm doing outside of dance to prepare myself financially. So that way, when I come into dance, because my thing is, my mission statement is to heal through dance, and so you can't be charging somebody $100, but here, let me heal you. You know what I mean? It's, I want to come into it a different way,
You
and
tried. You were just mentioning the heels. Did you ever try wear heels and
oh
solo?
yeah, I have a pair right now in my closet.
How
You want
hard is it? How hard is it?
Dude, that actually, so when I started training in heels, and I haven't done it too often, it's like every now and then, and it takes a lot of confidence, was about 2016 maybe, and that actually enhanced my core, then enhanced my spinning because
Really?
actually, yes, dude, it was just mind blowing, and not only that, myself
Yeah.
got heels with platforms on them. So not only are they 4 inches, but they have a 2 inch platform.
Right.
I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
oh, okay. And then I go to the class and everybody has like 3 inch heels, 2 inch heels. I'm like, oh, great. Okay.
Did it take a while for you to balance yourself?
No, because my inner my inner gayness came out and I was actually very balanced. My ankles hurt and my feet hurt, but definitely it's, yeah, you got to train your feet, man. You got to train your feet.
Man, I don't envy these women that wear heels like that all day, dude. There's no way.
Definitely, I will say that there was a big boost of confidence. You feel taller, you feel more sexy.
That's good.
We'll see. We'll see if Andrea comes out during Halloween.
Well, Well, anyways, dude, I wish you the best, and I hope we can hang out again. This is
Yeah,
this
I'm
sucks.
coming up there soon, so I'll be in
Well, let me
contact.
know. I mean, we got a room for you here if you ever want to visit us. There's no snow anymore.
Aw,
I
I
mean,
know. I see that little thing in the corner in the back, little Malibu. Me and Isidra.
you
Call
can't
me.
miss the alcohol there, huh?
I'm like,
They're
no,
gonna,
because me and Isidra and me always like would get like a Malibu for some reason. That's the last time I
ladies and,
remember.
ladies and gentlemen, you would think that's my alcohol. No, that's my wife, and she is not an
That's
alcoholic.
no.
No, she was just hanging out with her sister one time. I think that was a few weeks ago, and they were just drinking. And it's like, look, I can only drink one, and after that, if I drink some more, I'll throw it up. I don't know what happened to my body, bro, but that's just the
What
way it is.
happened, man?
I don't know. Maybe I've gotten old. Maybe he doesn't
You
like
live in
alcohol
Reno.
anymore.
Aren't you supposed to be like a fish?
Dude, we used to have that alcohol. We used to have that room parties, dude. I mean, it's
Oh my
ridiculous.
god.
But those were the days. Anyways, I'll post this today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this content, please like it. And if you have not subscribed, click subscribe. Andrew, where can they find you?
You could always find me, of course, on my Instagram at AndrewC46, Facebook, Andrew Cervantez, the Z, or my website will be coming up soon in the next 3 to 4 months, andrewcervantes.com. So stay tuned.
And if they want some training, they can contact you through those social media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
through any of those 2 social media sites. I also have my business card online, so you can easily find my number.
Do you train them online, or do you usually? That's probably what it is now. Do you do Zoom now, or what?
No, honestly, I do a lot of, well, I specialize in performance training and competition training. So a lot of my students were for that. And so now that nothing's happening, I'm getting booked for a lot more choreography. So a
Hmm.
lot of it's more like, here's the video, send it, and then we'll try to meet via Zoom, via chat, or so on and so forth. And
All
so,
right. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, uh, Andrew, thank you, man.
no, thank you so
Uh,
much for having me. It was so
I hope
great
we can
talking.
hang out again. Crossing my fingers with this pandemic thing, but hopefully we can all hang out again. And I miss you, dude.
I miss you guys. Please give the wife a big hug for me.
Will do. Thank you,
Peace
brother.
out, guys. Love you.